Yes, students. So now coming to the RMI assignment of DSLP1 assignment list. Now, actually, this RMI assignment is not given in the syllabus, but we are going to cover this assignment as a content beyond syllabus part. Okay, so you can see first we are going to cover this RMI assignment with client process and server process. After this, we are going to jump on the socket thread programming and then RPC so that you will understand how the client and server process understands. Work well with each other. Okay, so for that particular understanding, to be smooth and easily acceptable, we are going to cover first RMI, then we are going to jump on socket programming and RPC. Right. So package exp1. Now this is experiment one kind of the folder which where the client and server process are saved for RMI middleware implementation. That's why it is package exp1. It is whatever name you want to give, you can give it here based on where you are going to save these two client and server processes or codes. Okay. So now coming to the packages which are used on the client process or the client side. Import.java.sql. Okay, again the way we are going to use the SQL strings or queries here, same way. Then the import java.rmi. So that this will be supported when we are going to use these many packages, so that whatever you are going to write inside the code, all those things we are authorized thing and they will be implemented without any error, valid thing. Java.io. Then utility, that is java.util package, from where we are going to have this vector class. Now this vector class is going to, you can say, implement the array of objects. Now here in public static void main, we are using string args. You can see here the array. Now this will be supported when you're going to use this particular vector class of java.utility package. So this growing array of objects will be supported here, because the way you are going to take the input and it will be displayed as an output from the server side, it should be valid from the package point of view, which will be satisfied to this package. Then java.lang, java.rmi.registry. RMI.registry, this we have already discussed, because this RMI.registry is very helpful when you're going to establish the connection or bridge between both the client process and server process, right? So public class client, okay. So obviously the class name is client. Static string name one, name two, name three. Now this name one, name two, name three. Why these three strings are taken here? Because considering name one, name two strings are the input strings given. Because operation which is performed here is concatenation of two strings. Okay, so obviously in name 3, the final output or result will be saved. That is the concatenated string design. Suppose name 1 is John and name 2, you can say, is Dias. Then in that case, name 3 will become John Dias, right? So this concatenation is one kind of the operation performed here. Similarly, you all have to perform other mathematical operations like Fibonacci series or you can say factorial of a given number. So just don't go with simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, but go with the other complex mathematical computations. Or you can say if you're working with strings also, then not only going with the concatenation, you can go with different string operations like length, or you can say the palindrome, or different kinds of the strings also. That means swapping, okay, interchanging. So different operations are there if you want to work with strings, or else I would suggest you directly go with mathematical computations like square, square root, cube, different operations, right? So please complete this particular program with as a menu driven, so that number of applications you are doing. Only thing is there should be no repetition or duplication. Okay, so in between groups, you people discuss and then come with some good examples. So now here public static void main string R. So public static void main is the way of writing here main class. The way you write in your C++ void main. Okay, if it is, there is nothing to return value, no return value, then void. If there is some return value, so whatever is the data type of that return value, that will be displayed. If it is an integer you are returning, so it will be int main. So here in Java, it is public static void main, PSVM, we call it as in short form. Client C equal to new client, round brackets. Now it is this object created small c for the client class. This is the syntax. Class name, object name equal to new class name in bracket. Okay, so that is a round brackets. Now, so if you want to pass some parameters, then you can write inside these round brackets. Buffer reader B equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader system.in. Now it is a way of taking input, because here this B is an object created for buffer reader. Now this buffer reader, it resembles with the outgoing message buffer at client side and incoming message buffer at server side. Now from this buffer reader or from this queue or buffer, on the priority basis, each and every client request will be read line by line, bit by bit. Okay, it will be obviously read by the server side. Okay, and then accordingly it will be processed. Int ch is a character used here for switch cases. Then in try and catch block. Now try catch block, it is any kind of error handling or exception handling here in Java. So when I'm writing whatever I'm going to do as a part of computation, that will come in try, and all the error display part or error or exception part will be taken care with the catch block. So now catch block is responsible for catching the error or exception, whereas try is for some kind of implementation or execution. Registry R1 equal to locate registry dot get registry localhost comma 1030. So you can see here in the get registry method there are two parameters passed here, that is localhost and 1030. I can say it will be the address of where you are going to locate the server. Okay, so port number, INET address of server will be located here. So again the registry R1, this R1 is going to be used to find, to fetch, to locate the server to which this client is going to be connected. So registry is playing a very important role for establishing the connection, or I will say bridge or communication between two processes, client and server. So DB interface is database interface, DI, that is a short form, or you can say the object created. DB interface R1.lookup. So R1 is an object created for registry. Dot which method is used? Lookup. Lookup means finding, searching. DB serve, that is database server. Okay. Now what is going to happen in do while loop? In do you can say SOPLN, that is system.out.println. It is the syntax for printing or displaying something the way you have done as printf and cout. So for number one is send input strings. So whatever is written inside the double quotes will be displayed as it is. Next line, display concatenated string, then enter your choice. Ch may integer dot parse int b dot read line. That means b was the object for buffer reader. Dot read line is a method used for reading each and every line of the client request or process. And parse int, that means you are parsing it, okay, reading line by line or bit by bit. Now switch cases may case one says SOPLN enter first string. How this enter first string? What is syntax? It is b dot read line, but where that first string will be sent, name one. Similarly, enter second string b dot read line, where it will be saved, name two. And what is the job of name three? Name three will display the concatenated result, that is di dot input name one comma name two. So di is DB interface dot input. What is this input method is doing? It is going to pass the interface, pass the input, I will say, through this DB interface, that is name one and name two. So where these two inputs, name one, name two, or string one, string two, are passed to the server side, because concatenation, this computation will take place on the server side. Okay. Then after this, you can see here is break. Case 2 says display SOPLN concatenated string is. So whatever is the string will be displayed here. Int I equal to 0. Okay. Now SOPLN double quotes plus name 3 plus double quotes. So this plus plus is going to merge the complete output. For example, few will be the text matter which will be displayed as an output along with some value or answer or result. So whatever is the value or the answer or result you need to display, that will not be there in double quotes. That you can say the text part. Okay, the complete string part which you want to display, like enter this, display this, or type this, write this, all these kinds of text statements will be coming into double quotes. Okay, which will be displayed as it is, but they will be merged with plus the name 3. Name 3 is the final output. So no double quotes for name 3. Final output will be displayed here. Again plus with the space, you can say. Okay, so break while ch is greater than 0, and exception e says SOPLN error colon will be displayed as it is, plus e dot get message. So if there is any kind of message here of error, then that will be displayed here as it is. Okay, so this was the client side which is doing the job of taking the inputs and sending it to the server. Now what server is doing? Again, server will use these many packages, but interface DB interface extends remote. So DB interface is database interface. It is going to extend the remote communication, or you can say invocation, because it is RMI middleware, remote method invocation. Okay. Now public string input. If you remember, this input is a method which was resembling to this particular method here, input method at client side. So similarly, you can see input method here in server side. It is going to take string name 1, string name 2, throws remote exception. After that, public class server extends unicast remote object, implements DB interface. So here it is database interface. Again, through this interface, this registry is going to establish the connection between both. In flag equal to 0, nij, string name 3, result set r or rs. Then public server throws remote exception. In try block, what I'm doing, I'm writing displaying initializing server, server ready. In exception block, what I am doing again, system.out.println SOPLN in short form, error plus e dot get message. Now here in public static void main, what is happening? Server rs equal to new server. Rs is object created here. Java.rmi.registry, locate registry dot create registry. 1030 is the port here, port number. Okay. Dot rebind is a method, because through this particular method and registry, this db serve comma rs, that means this db server, database server, is going to be fetched or located or identified. Now again in exception block, error plus, that is e dot get message. Then public string input, you can now again resemble with this input method. String name 1, string name 2 in try. What I'm going to do, exact computation execution, that is name 3 equal to name 1 dot concat name 2. This is the way of writing the concatenation string. And then again exception, that is SOPLN error e dot get message return name 3. So as name 3 ka data type is string, so you can see here it is public string input. So you are going to return name 3, which is obviously going to be displayed on the web browser. So this is for the RMI implementation. That means you can say client and server architecture or the complete scenario environment. But for which application? It is concatenation of two strings. But using which middleware technology? It is remote method invocation, RMI. So earlier also I have recorded one video on this, but I forgot to share the screen. So that video, for better understanding, and plus this video, both you can combine, understand the code. This is a sample code given to you all. You don't have to exactly implement concatenation, but go for other mathematical or string based computations. But go for menu driven. 2 to 3 options in one program must be there, and group wise they should be different. So that also you need to check in between groups. No duplication, no repetition of assignments. Okay, so that's all for this RMI assignment. In next video I'll give you the thread programming using socket middleware technology. Fine, thank you.